In the heart of the city, where dreams come alive, BWatts on the mic with that fire in his eyes. From the court to the field, every game, every fight, he's the voice of the struggle under stadium lights. He's seen the highs and the lows, the wins and the pain, every triumph and tear, every loss in the rain. But through it all, he stands tall, never backs down, with a heart full of love for this sports-loving town. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Every story, every glory, every promise we keep. From the love of the game to the struggles we face, he's the voice of the people in the sacred space. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? All right, ladies, but this YouTube is acting up today. It is acting up. What's going on, everybody? How are y'all doing? You watching Sports Talk with BWatts, and I'm your host, Bernard Watts. I had a long day, but hey, by the grace of God, I made it through. I want to thank everybody who's been supporting me during my broadcast, especially this week. I appreciate each and one of you, and to all of you who have sent me super chats and cash apps to support my broadcast. I appreciate you. I love CC. Appreciate your donation. RJ. Appreciate you. SB. What's up, Thomas? How you doing? Mac, what's going on? DJH. FD. Appreciate that cash app. FD. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. Just want to let y'all know. I appreciate y'all what y'all did on last night. All right? All right. Look here. We're getting ready to talk about Colorado football team. I know I don't miss the last two Sundays. I want to thank Coach Drake, and I want to thank Uncle Steve for filling in for me. Uncle Steve will be showing up later on tonight also when he gets through doing what he got to do. All right? So I got Coach Drake tonight. Also, Reverend Nelson. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Reverend Nelson call out his name out in the pulpit today. BWatts and Coach Drake. Appreciate it, man. While he was preaching. That's all right. Oh, hey, Rep. Whenever you tune in, if you get here, sound like you can go get it, Rep. It sounds like you can go get it. I gotta go check out that message, though. I appreciate the shout out, though. All right, let me see. Can I get Coach Drake up? We finna get the rock on this Sunday. What's up, bro?
What's going on, bro? What's going on? How y'all feel out there, man? How y'all feeling, man? Glad to be here.
Man, I feel good, bro. I feel good, man. Hey, Rev Nelson, I'm gonna send you the video. Rev Nelson called our name out while we were preaching.
Hey, that's my guy.
He just sent it to me.
A big shout out to Pastor.
Yeah, he just sent it to me. I didn't have time to load it up. I just seen it. He put it up on the Facebook page and everything. Appreciate it, man. Give us a shout out, man. Told the church to come and follow us. Beat that. You can't beat that. You can't beat it, man. It's people that Yeah. All right, Coach. Let's get into it, man. The first week of spring practice has gotten under the way and it is in, and they are started off tomorrow. What do you think about the first week? And also, what's going on, Miss Fox? We'll do it like this. We'll break it down. I'm gonna break it down to you. When you look at the first week, I start with the quarterback position. Going to get it out the way. When you look at Julian Lewis, the way he have prepared and came out this week, what's your assessment of the Julian Lewis as the quarterback so far?
That the kid got his mind made up. He ready. He hear the battle. Uh, that's no knock on nobody, but the kid hear the battle. I told y'all from the jump, the kid been a phenom since he was 10 years old. He been playing up levels his whole life. He had never really played with his age group. And then to hear him say this was always the goal, this was always the plan. My plan was to not be in the class of 26 where I was supposed to be, but to jump up so I could get to college because I needed a challenge. Uh, what you see is he up to the task. He has a great football. He can really throw the football, quick release, and that Colorado's in good hands for the next 3 or 4 years. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about that. You got to be impressed with this young man to be 17 years old and to be doing what he's doing. But that comes from hard work and dedication. Ain't no shortcuts to this. Like this ain't make believe. This ain't something this kid has been working since he's been a legit. And so now he's out here and he's proving it. Great deep ball, great precision on the slant routes. Uh, and so you got to be impressed with what you see from Julian Lewis. Uh, as a whole, and that's what I expected from him. I expected this. Shador Sanders don't give you the keys for nothing. Shador Sanders don't give you the keys for nothing. So this is what I expected. I don't know what nobody else expected, and I can't speak for nobody else. But for me, this is what I expected. Now, I think everybody was cautioned because of the hand injury he suffered in the playoffs this year. But now it seems like that hand is healthy. He looks like he's ready to go, BWatts.
Kid look good. Young man. I ain't gonna call him no kid. Young man. Respect him. Young man, he look real good. I'm very impressed. I had no doubt about it that he can throw the football. And when I saw the videos came out, everything he was advertised to be, he is him. Quick release, pocket presence, student of the game, strong arm. I see him right now moving him out of the pocket, and that was my concern about sitting back there in that pocket, just letting him tee off on him. Pat Sherman is in his bag. I know a lot of people don't think Pat Sherman's up to the task. Pat Sherman finished show out this year. He ain't got no handcuffs on him. He ain't got no leg irons on him. He ain't finna be treated like no prison. Coach Prime showing you in the video. Pat Sherman, come on out front. Talk to him. This your thing. He tell him what he expect. He got command of his quarterback room, and I just believe this quarterback situation is in good hands. Now, moving over to the other quarterback, and that's Caton Salt. Give me your impression on him so far.
He's a leader. He's what you needed in that room. Uh, he again, you didn't want to just be relying on a 17-year-old kid. You didn't want that, and so you got a kid that's seasoned, that's ready, and again, he wasn't promised anything, but every throw he's made, everything I seen from that kid makes you believe that he's here to fight for this quarterback position, and that's what we want. Iron sharpen iron. So we're getting the best of these two guys right now in practice because I know this guy behind me is pushing me. But we see that they're supporting each other as well. You see Caleb May's post, Juju jumps right up under it. Because we just competing right here on this football field for this job, but we all on the same team. And so you gotta salute him. I like his pocket presence. Another guy that, like I said, we saw him throw a 70-yard ball just when he was fiddling around and playing with the receivers. So to see him out there in shoulder pads and helmet, throwing the ball around, great release. looking good. Again, I'm with you with what I see from Pat Shermer, but I told y'all that it was more to this. No knock on Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is Peyton Manning. He's Tom Brady. He's that kind of quarterback. And when you have that kind of quarterback, you let those guys run that offense. This year, you can tell that these guys gonna run what Pat Shermer wants you to run. Now, I believe that they'll be able to audible out of certain plays, but we're gonna see the Pat Shermer that I think that we've been looking for the last couple of years because you have to have that. Marshall Falk told you when you have a Shedeur Sanders and a Travis Hunter, that's what you do. And there go my uncle right on time. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I was saying, before I let Steve get in here, when I look at K Salter, I ain't gonna bag off nothing I said. I'm standing 10 toes down on him. He's a Heisman Trophy quarterback, and he's gonna sprinkle salt all over, all over the Big 12. He gonna do. Hey, what's up, Miss Jim? What's going on to you? K Salter got a strong arm pocket presence. Man, I'm telling you, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's gonna bring a different dimension to Pat Sherman back. And I just like the way I like his game. When I look at his game, he reminds me of Patrick Mahomes. He reminds me of Josh Allen, all them guys that can move around in that pocket and get rid of that football. Now, he came to the right place. They're going to sharpen his tools. We know he can run. He tells in the interview, I know I can run. Come here and throw the ball. Pat Sherman, can you get me ready to light this Big 12 up, which I expect him to do? Steve, as you join the conversation, we talking about the first week practice from Colorado football team. And we just talked about Julian Lewis. When you see Julian Lewis, what you see? And then when you throw it Julian Lewis to catch up with us, K-Salter.
What's going on, fellas? This is what I see. Always happy to be with you. I salute everybody. Hopefully everybody's safe. When we're talking about Mr. Lewis, you're talking about this here. You're talking about a constant professional. You're talking about now his nickname could be grown, because to be his age and to act the way he acts he acts better than adults I know. I know some adults that ain't at the level that he's at right now. So when you see him, you see a competitor. You see someone who has goals, ambitions, their desires. What you also see with the young man is this one here. You see someone who was raised the right way. That's what you need to give that family a whole lot of props, because to have the talent that he have, normally kids don't act the way he act. They act snobbish. They act like they're better than everyone else. They stay away from people. You can't even talk to them. You don't see that with him. They talk about themselves. The only thing he tells you is he's working every day to get better. And what I like about him is this. I'm skipping the football stuff, BWatts. What makes a quarterback is how well he gets along with his teammates and how he makes his teammates feel. Those are championship quarterbacks. You can have a talented, and I'm going to give you an example. We've had some talented quarterbacks. There was a dude at Kentucky that was spinning that ball. They said, boy, he got a cannon for an arm. He spins that ball. People couldn't stand it. People say all he wanted to do is lift weights and talk about how his body looked. But he still got drafted. He still got drafted in the first round, if I'm not mistaken, first or second round. But my point is this here. If you're looking at him, let's look at the whole person concept. The whole person concept is people like being around Juju. People like being a part of that. And if you don't believe me, look at the recruiting class. Look at the next, this is where I'm taking it. Look at the next 3 years that he's going to be there, and look at the receivers that are lining up and the receivers who are already there that wants to be a part of Colorado, because they know if you talking about the run and shoot, when it's Juju time, y'all going to see some run and shoot, baby. They going to run the football, but Juju going to spin that football. So that's what I have to say about Juju. I ain't talking about football stuff. I'm talking about the intangibles, because the football, that's a given because he has it. I'm talking about the intangibles, and he has that too. And that's what's going to separate him from a lot of individuals. And plus, he sells tickets. Juju got that look, boy. If you look at him, Juju got that Kool-Aid smile, got that blonde hair, frizzle hair. You want that to be the face of your franchise, because what it does, it put them young girls in them seats and put them boosters out there spending money. So that's what you want. So I like me some Juju, and plus I like the soldier story. And in the soldier story, this colonel said about C.J. Memphis, "What hell of a ball player. That's C.J. Memphis." And that's what I got to say about Juju. One heck of a ball player. Back to you, BWatts.
All right, we just got to talk about K-Star. Give us your short take on K-Star.
This is a short take on K. Salter. He will be the starting quarterback for the Colorado Buffaloes and will lead them into the season. Get ready, get locked and loaded, and buckle up.
Appreciate you. Now, when I contact Steve, y'all, I want y'all to know what his response was to me. I found a clip. Coach Dre. Here you go. Here goes Steve. How he acted yesterday, y'all. Here you go. I'm going to take you back to the 5 heartbeat rep and Miss E. Willis. This how Steve answered me.
My office hours are from 9 to 5.
You better ask somebody what I say.
Right here.
My office hours are from. My office hours are from 9 to 5.
Man, good gracious, bro. I said, we got to go through all that. He said, "BWatts, do you remember the..." "9 to 5.
BWatts, I tell people, my office hours are this. I'm not on the clock no more. The clock, not on the clock, baby. When I tell you what my office hours are, that's what I mean. Those are my office hours. And everybody in podcast land, let's get ourselves conditioned to what we tell people. My office hours are, and they understand it and know it. Back to you, BWatts.
But then I heard Denzel, and I'm finna move on with the show. Then when he got through talking to me, here you go.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Everybody needs to know King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
And no, Uncle Steve. Coach Ray, start me off. Which returning player are you looking for to make a jump this season that was on the team last year?
Draylon. So did he have to play, or he just was on the team?
Just on the team last year.
Oh, the guy I'm looking for to make a big jump is Cam McHale. Because I think if the kid doesn't get hurt, I believe he plays. I think he plays a lot. So that would be the kid that I'm looking most forward to make a jump. Because right now he's running with the ones because we got some injuries in the receiver room. But regardless of if he runs with the ones or not, if you don't get the best ability is the availability. And if you keep letting 18 go out here and do what he's doing every day, you're gonna find yourself trying to fight to get that spot back because he's gonna be the guy in that spot. So, but for me, it's Cam McHale, just because I think the kid got he got hurt last year, couldn't play, and so now he gonna get the opportunity. He's been showing you from the first practice. That was Cam McHale who tapped Salter on the shoulder like, "Hey, bro, stand up," and they didn't have to run no more. So he's been leading since he's getting healthy, and now he's out there on the football field doing the same thing. So it'd be Cam McHale for me.
I'm gonna do two people, and we've been talking about their potential forever. O and McNeil. It's time. It is time, because the reason I say that is because they both have had 2 games every year where they just pop off the film. You see them and you like, man, they stars. You look at them, you like, man, if you can get 200 yards in these games, how come we can't make it where every game you getting 60 to 80 yards? McNeil, man, I went and watched that doggone Texas Tech game. McNeil can make his whole career off that Texas Tech game. He dominated. He just lit up the screen as far as talent. And my thing is this one here. Both of them are hurt or coming off injuries. They and ain't no anything. It's put up or shut up. And the next thing I'm gonna hit you with this, BWatts. Coach Prime ain't waiting on nobody. One thing Coach Prime does not deal with is injured players. He respects them and he wants them to get better, but he is not waiting on anybody. Back to you, BWatts.
Well, the player I'm looking for, I had to narrow it down. I got to say Stoudemire. I'm looking for him to make a big jump. I need him to make a big jump. I'm still not sold in that safety position room. But I just want to see him improve like everybody. Everybody keep telling me he's the guy. But right now he's injured. Something going on with him. Coach Prime was calling his coaches over there and said, hey, what we think about when we see people over there in that line right there? They all injured. And Big George said, we don't pay no attention. They ain't on the team. It's just like they ain't on the team. I said, wow. So I'm looking for Stoudemire and my boy, Big Boy, Free Ball. He got to tighten up this year. He got to kick it in another gear. He on the field. I see him out there with the Warms, but still, that don't mean nothing. You ain't making no play this year. Yeah, Coach, I see. I was telling my brother. I said, man, I say my boy was out there. And Coach Prime told him get out the field. Send me two more. I said, who he talking to? Number 9 and number 92. Get out the field. Give me two more. Send me Bombs. I told you, this your year to eat. Tighten up, Bomb. Coach Ray, which position group you have the most concern about going into the spring?
Going into the spring, still right now it's the offensive line for me. I like what I see. I don't want nobody to think I like what I see. I like that we're pulling, but right now it's a lot of uncertainty. Right now, the only person I can pin in right now is Seaton. I'm about ready to pin in Kareem Harden from what I see, but everything. Hey, and Chris and the kid from Illinois, he looks amazing. It's about 3 of them I'm about ready to pin in that I feel good about, but the quality backup is what I'm worried about. So right now, McGill is running with the. I think McGill is running with the twos. And we got some injury. We got some of the guys that transferred in that's hurt, but then you got the guy from Ole Miss that came in and he looking good. The guy I'm most impressed with right now with the way he looks is Flapjack. Is Owens. Owens looks real good. And yesterday, when I went back, I had to look a couple times. He ran some reps with the ones yesterday at that tackle spot. So I know we're not. I don't think Gunner is happy with nobody right now, except for maybe Seaton. Like I say, you gotta like what you see from Crystal, and I'm about ready to see. Because we've seen Harden in games. We've seen him play. He has tape on film, and he looked real good. So right now, my concern would be the offensive line because I just don't know where we are. You get what I'm saying? And me, I want 13 guys that we feel comfortable with playing. But I do like the way that they're attacking it. I like the way they're talking to each other when they're coming off the sideline. You see Seaton is leading that room. Hands down, he's talking to the defensive players, telling them, hey, my guys is ready. Oh, you even saw Cash get into it with somebody. And that's what I want to see. I want to see that kind of aggression. So for me right now, it's the offensive line because I just don't know. We don't have a set 5. Until I get me a set 5 and some backup, it's going to be the offensive line for me right now. Go ahead,
Coach Dre, you would have mine, but since you took offensive line, I'm going to go on defensive side. And I'm going defensive side, I'm going to go with the linebacker group. The reason I'm going to go with the linebacker group is because they're really bringing in new personnel for the linebacker group and the importance of the linebacker group. The linebacker group is going to be the reason why we have a dominant defense or we got an okay defense. That play, because what's going to happen is this here. That defensive line is going to eat. And if the defensive line eating, that means the linebacker should be coming and getting full because they should finish up all the scraps. All the scrap play, all the scrap meat goes to the linebackers. They get to eat, and I mean get to eat good. And all they got to do is kill. The big boys doing all the work. They doing all the hunting and getting the prey set up. The linebackers got to come in and kill. And me meaning that is finish the play off. And if they do that, we're going to have one heck of a year. But my concerns is this. You got the depth. I'm fine with the first group. It's the second and third group. Because if you get an injury, what does that do to your team? And that leaves me a little weary right there saying, hey, I'm not as confident with that because of the depth department. I hope we get that figured out in this portal, and then we go from there. So back to you, BWatts.
Well, let me give you my take on that. I looked at this thing real hard. I talked to a couple of guys that do the same thing I do, and we come to the same conjunction. My concern is going to be, don't hate me on this, y'all. Going to be the wide receiver group. And the reason why, because y'all had y'all opinion. That's y'all opinion. You're going to find out. You are the concern I have. The wide receiver that we seeing catching the ball, they catching the balls on our 2 defense. And when you get in the game, you're going to be going against Georgia Tech, 1 defense. BYU, 1 defense. If you don't have more than 1 wide receiver, then get off the line of scrimmage and press coverage against their team, number 1 defensive back. It's going to be an issue. It's going to peep his head. And right now, I don't think it's going to be for 1. I think it's just going to be, oh, man. When they sent me the video, because they got that other video they can see, and one of them go out there next week. And when I looked at it, I said, oh, boy, you're right. Traylon going to struggle getting off the line of scrimmage, y'all. I understand. He's a fan favorite. Right now, Quentin Gibson and Cam Michael, because of their quickness and shifting, they can get off the line of scrimmage and press cut. They got good feet work. Traylon going to have to muscle some people. But if they put him in the backfield, like they did starting off last year, that's what he can use his advantage. That's just my take. And what I saw and what we saw, the same thing that we talked about. But it can get better. I heard this show before I came. One of them showed when I first came in, they asked him a question. He said, what are your concerns about what they need to address? He said they need to get 3 wide receivers out. I said, oh, boy, you see the same thing I see. Yeah, I'm just being honest. You're going to find out. You don't know right now. You don't know until you play against a team that's good, just like your team. You're going to see it. It's going to peep his head because the wide receiver room is still young. It's still young. And it's unimproved. Ain't no Travis Hunter. You ain't got no LeJohntay. LeJohntay caught 108 ball before he got to Colorado. Travis Hunter was him before he got there, right? Will Shepherd, we saw how he dominated Florida and beat Florida by himself. So we know he can do it right now. From what they showing, now it could be nothing happen. They just ain't showing. But with the video they showing, it's just something to look at. That's all. That's something to look at. Now, moving on. What's your expectation, Coach Ray, when you look at our offensive line coaches and the way they are preparing and teaching the offensive line Special Gunner White.
Oh, I got the utmost confidence in those guys. Today, getting to watch the Neely video with them being in the offensive line room, it looked like everybody has a voice in there. The one thing I like is that Coach Greg, Coach George, and Coach Dre are not trying to over talk Gunner because they got the more experience, and you think they try to little boy him and things of that nature. Everybody has a voice in that room. Everyone's talking. You see certain players going to certain coaches. So it looks like to me is that you gonna coach this, I'm gonna coach this. These gonna be our guys. You get what I'm saying? So, but we all preaching one thing, kind of like what the defensive line did last year. That's what I'm seeing because these guys are very physical. From what I saw, I like the technique. I like the warm up that they're doing. The hand placement that's key. But Gunner is ready. He's the kind of guy that Coach Prime is talking about. He's been loyal. He's worked his way up. He's showed improved. And what people don't know is he's been under 6 offensive coordinators. So he's been under 6 different systems. He's seen everything that you need to see. And then when you get a guy like Big George and Dre in there to help you, what I expect these guys to do is produce us some guys that open up some holes that we can run. But the biggest thing is, and I don't know if y'all caught it in the video, is y'all seen the running backs and offensive linemen coming out the same room?
Oh, yeah.
They coming out the same room. And so that's a big key. And that's all goes to Coach the conversation that Coach Falk, Coach Gunner, and those guys have had because of the simple fact is we know what we need to do. We know what needs to change. And so you get it's I told y'all sometimes we looking for the big things to change. We gotta look for the little things to change because when the little things change, the big things just fall into place. They just fall into place. So I expect us to get better each week. What I saw the first day, what I saw the second day, and to what I saw Saturday, I saw everything get better each day. And that's all I can ask for, especially going into spring practice, only having 15 days. So I'm excited with what these young men have, what these coaches have done with these young men. With guys being hurt, I think we got like 14 right now that's healthy. When the other 2 get back, we'll be right at 16. So like I told you, we go get about 3 or 4 more out the portal. I feel real good.
Do you want me to comment on that, BWatts, or go to the next one?
On what?
The offensive line.
Yeah, well, man, Coach Ray just got you. Coach Ray just got you.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is what I see. Coach Dre nailed it. Basically, when it comes to the offensive line, but I'm going to add this to it. Check this out. Quarterback play and scheming is going to dictate a whole lot when it comes to offensive line. People are like, you put a lot of pressure on that offensive line. It's not easy when you're using 5 people to block and you're blocking 95% of the time. And on 95% of the time, you don't know what 2 going to be at in that backfield. When you're thinking he's supposed to be stepping up in the pocket, he's doing that twirl move and he's spinning right into the defense. It makes the offensive line look like a hot mess. When they in that RPO and they should be running the ball and they throwing the ball, it makes the offensive line look like a whole lot of mess. So all I'm saying is this one here. The schemes that they had, them 4 wide receivers made, it made sense for what they had, but you can't scheme that way right now. It makes no sense having 4 receivers out there. Let me say again, to me, it makes no sense. If I'm coming out with that offensive line, you're seeing tight ends, and I'm talking about you're going to see on some plays, you're going to see 2 tight ends. On almost 80% of the plays, you're going to see 1 tight end in the game at all times. And then let's go with the offensive line on this one here. I think the continuity you have right now, they're keeping players in their specific positions, and I think that's going to change a lot. And you also have to have this one here too. And I think people need to understand this. You got some better players on offensive line this year. That Chrysler and the boy from Alabama, Texas A&M, and Ole Miss. You got some pretty talented jokers on there. And then last but not least, you got people like Harden. Harden looks good. He's bigger. He's got more experience under his belt. He got more confidence. and they're putting that work in. So they got a lot to build on. So I expect them to be successful. But even if not, any offensive coach with 30-some years of experience, load up the left side with the Seton Express and let's ride it with that quarterback and that running back and that tight end, and we're good to go. Back to you, BWatts.
Yeah. I'm at the point now, from what I done saw, just out there first week, Chrysler might be better than Joe Epstein. I'm just saying, boy. The way he pushing folks around, you back and pencil him in at that right guard. I don't think nobody gonna beat him out. When y'all look at Chrysler as on the line, before I move on, Reverend Nelson, once again, appreciate you. I just got your message. Appreciate you for everything that you did today, for calling me and Coach Dre's name out in church in your pulpit today. We appreciate you. I just got the video, but I can't upload it right now. I appreciate you, sir. But Coach Dre, I don't know if y'all been watching Chrysler closely. It's the 72, that dude.
He that guy. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Like I say, I need to see it consistently. But right now, if we had to go in the pecking order, it'd be seeing Chrisley, Harden, Matt, the kid from Ole Miss. Matt, I don't want to the Polynesian kid. I don't want to mispronounce his name. But those guys are going. And then, like you say, you still got a kid from Texas A&M that's hurt right now. So we gonna have some battles that's gonna go into the fall. But right now you gotta feel good. And again, quality backups is what I'm looking for. Yes, the starting five is what I want, but I gotta have quality backups because if I don't feel good, okay, for example, Prime had no problem putting Cass Cleveland in that center when my boy went to messing up last year. Why? Because he's prepared. He's ready.
Right.
That's quality. That's what I'm talking about when I mean quality backup. Quality backup is, hey, you out there missing blocks. You ain't getting on nobody. Hey, come on over here with me come on over here with me. And if this guy go out here and get it done, you will stay over here with me. That's what people ask Coach Ray, well, what's quality? That's quality backup. That you just as good as the starter. And if the starter go out there and go to messing up, hey, come on over here right quick. Yeah, come and talk to me. Yeah, we're going to see if he can get it done what I just asked him to do. And if he can get it done, you're going to stay right on over here with me because I gave you the opportunity. And that's the one thing that you got to love about Coach Prime is he gave you ample opportunity to correct it. You didn't. But, yeah, hey, that kid from Illinois, he want to be a pro. And coming to Colorado, I think he's going to get there.
Yeah, I agree 100%, Coach. I agree with you on that. Also, and I'm just going off video, y'all. Just going off video. On that edge, number 40, Ty J. McCoy, the way he was coming off that edge, quick, first step, and that bend, that right tackle couldn't handle him, boy. Hey, he looked good to me. So when it comes to the defensive ends, what y'all like so far? What y'all don't think, Coach Ray?
I mean, 40, Walker, McPherson, Merritt. Again, Wade and them, y'all better get healthy quick. Coach wants you to play. Wade, you my guy. I got you starting, bro. But the way McPherson, the way 40 out there playing, hey, like Coach say, you over there in the injured line. Hey, these kids out here producing. That goes a lot to Coach Hilo. What he's done with that room in that short period of time is amazing. And now again, you're forcing what you're seeing. BWatts is being forced to bring the tight end in, right? Because my tackle getting beat.
Right.
I'm forced to
He
bring
getting
the
deep.
tight end in because my beat. You get what I'm saying? So again, I haven't
Right.
seen many 4 when I looked at the offense. Every time I've looked at that offense, it's been 11 personnel with either Smalls or Atkins in there at tight end. Both of those guys have shown me a lot this week at tight end with their blocking. I was very pleased with what I seen. But boy, when 40 come off the edge, boy, you better get some hands on it, or he gonna mess somebody quarterback up. And so, again, you got to give Coach Hilo a great round of applause to get in there with these guys, and especially what you see from them young guys and the development that these guys have taken. Uh, Today I watched the University of Miami part 2, the U, and that's when Swayze was there. And I listened to the guys talk. These guys are looking like those guys look from the University of Miami on the defensive line. You had D. Lewis and a couple of other
Wow.
guys, and they look. If you look at go back, if you look at those guys, that strength and power that Swayze had them boys on, that is what we are turning into. We are turning into that. And when you see that, hey, that Miami team, that Miami defense in 2000, 2001, hey, those guys are on top of it. So I'm impressed with what I'm seeing up front, especially from those ends and those tackles. But we were talking about the ends, so very impressed. Go ahead,
Coach Dre, you're nailing it. And what happens is this is football 101. When you can put pressure on a quarterback, what that does, it changes everything. The coach already told you, it changes your personnel because you have to bring somebody over there. If it's not the tight end, you're going to have that running back that you're going to tell him, you have to chip this person coming in here because I'm tired of him hitting the quarterback. If not that, you also have this one here. It forces a team, we can't pass the ball, or we got to do quick passes on this team because they're putting so much pressure on the edges. And it also tell them, well, this is where the linebackers come in. It forces them to run the ball. Man, we ain't got no time passing. We got to run this ball. And if the linebackers are playing like they're supposed to, you're screwed then. Because what can you do on this defense? You're in a hard bend as an offense. I can't sit my quarterback back there because if the quarterback sits back there for 3 seconds, them edges are ridiculous. And that's not counting. Wiggins look good. It has gotten to a point where they are teaching so well. Wiggins look good. Wiggins look like he needs more playing time. And this is the crazy part. The best two personnel that we supposed to have, Wade, the ones who had the biggest numbers, Sammy Sachs, and Wade hurt. What does that tell you? They are hurt, and every time you look around, you got another person coming on that edge. Like, we ain't said nothing about Artie Walker. Artie Walker coming through there. You got McCoy sitting up there. You got them young boys from the IMG sitting there. You got Wiggins sitting there, and that ain't counting the ones you talking about are hurt. I'm like, what it does, BWatts, is this. It leaves teams from being complacent. If you're an edge, you can't sit on there. Man, I got 2 sacks this game. Man, you'll have Wade coming. Man, I got 3. What are you talking about? They're going to outdo each other. And that competition is going to breed a more successful team. Back to you, BWatts.
Yeah, that's a good point, y'all. Coach Dre, what role you think Pat Sherman will use Quentin Gibson in his offense, or will Coach Prime just limit him to special teams?
No, I think it's going to be hard to keep him off the field. If he continues to do what he does, what he's doing right now, continuously getting off the ball again, he's one of them guys that I don't think you can. If you put him in the slot, you're talking about a safety trying to guard Quentin Gibson. No, it's going to be hard pressed to try to put your hands on this kid, and this kid gets the ball in his hands. It's something special. Again, right now you got to play him. Everybody hurt, and
God knows.
so it's just to the point to where y'all giving these young boys the opportunity to where it's going to be hard for y'all to get back on the field, not for them, because they're going to be the show that they can make it happen. And once I done showed you I can make it happen, I don't know what to tell y'all. I want everybody to succeed, but right now, your availability is your best key right now is spring practice, because this is when you're supposed to be putting the coaches on notice. So these next 3 months, They got film to go back and watch. You heard Pat Sherman say you don't want to get beat on no finish. You got to finish. You got to finish plays. He was on you got to finish plays. And so, I don't see how you're going to keep him off the football field unless everybody come back healthy and everybody go back in the same pecking order. But in my pecking order, he in my 8-man rotation, which in the receiver room, that's all it takes. So right now, O'Hurt, Mathis hurt. Have we seen is JoJo been practicing? I know I saw him the first couple of days, but I hadn't seen him since then. So I don't know if he's hurt or not, so I won't speculate on that. But what I have seen is 18, 6, 14, 15, and 82. That's what I was. That's what I saw. I'm just, and then 32, and them other kids, but that's what I done seen. And so that's all I can go by right now. Oh, hold on. Because I'm being very disrespectful. In 17. Hard's that guy. And that's what I'm saying. If you in the slot with Gibson and Hard right now, I don't know what to tell you. And Miller, I don't. If you play the slot, I don't know what to tell you if you hurt. I hope you come back and you ready, and that's again, I want y'all to understand what Coach Prime is saying is coach talk, and he's trying to get those guys ready because he's telling you the truth. If you in the training room all the time, if you hurt all the time, coach, hey, I got to get ready. I got to keep moving forward. The train can't stop, and so that's why I keep saying. In that receiver room, you got to have about 8 to 10 guys that you feel comfortable with. But right now, I don't see how you're going to keep Gibson off the football field come this fall.
BWatts, every good coach says this, even the Miami Hurricanes back in the days, you don't keep playmakers off the field. No school that I've ever seen in my entire life, you got a playmaker and that playmaker on that bench. And if they are, that coach normally is fired that season because you don't do that. That's not winning football. When I see Gibson, this is what I see. Gibson and Harge, them being in motion. The way to keep Gibson on the field because of his size, you have to put him in motion. He should never be still on that field because of his speed and his size right now. You can put your hands on him. You want him free leaving that line where he can get out in space and let playmakers do what they do. Get him in space against anybody, and you got certain moves that you can do, plays that you can call schemes, where you can cross routes with him and the person on the far side. Man, it's dangerous because what do? If you make a wrong decision on defense, depending on who goes where, or you get bungled up, that's 6. He's taking it to the house. So all I'm saying is this one here. And what Gibson also does for you is this one here. He recruits for you. Gibson is your best recruiter. Gibson and Farrakhan, because people going to say, well, how are they your best recruiters? When high school players see these people on well off making plays and that they're going to get playing time, where do you think I'm going to go? Do you think I'm going to go to Georgia where I'm going to sit on the bench for 2 years and do a 5-star all world? And I'm going to sit on the bench and I can go to Colorado. We on TV every year and you get to see me? Come on, man. It's an easy choice. It's great for recruiting. So what I see what Coach Prime doing, Coach Prime's smarter than the average bear, and he's doing it. Keep Gibson in motion. Keep Gibson smiling on well off and reach the people, and he's going to reach the recruits. Farrakhan going to reach the recruits because other high school players like, I got the talent he got, and if he's shining like that, why not me? Because everybody coming behind him should be saying, why not me? And that's what you want with your football team. Keep Gibson, Farrakhan, Hard, keep them shining. But the scheme has to work. You say you got issues with the concerns with the receivers. Well, my concerns is this. I need an offensive coordinator that knows how to get receivers open. It's the offensive coordinator job to get those receivers open. Not the receiver. Their job is to get open. But if I got an offensive coordinator that can dial up them plays, I can get players open. It's not hard. Get them in motion, get them in space, and get them an advantage instead of a disadvantage. Back to you, BWatts.
All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in right now. You're watching Sports Talk with BWatts along with Coach Drake and Uncle Steve on this Sunday night. Only thing we ask that to do, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, and share the video if you don't mind. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I just got a text. Life and Football, Colin Moore will be joining me at the 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. If you're not doing any stop over, we will be chopping it up, and I think he's going to bring his business partners on with him also. So looking forward to talk to him tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and that Tuesday, got Uncle Steve and JR Boxing. I think I saw JR Boxing on Instagram today, Coach Dre. Like you had that fan out. Y'all tell me this him. They got a song out about that. Well, hey, hey, Steve. Hey, Steve. If it wasn't JR, looked like Coach Drake won on it. Who won on?
It was one of them
If it
getting
was
off their
Steve,
seat. They know how to
if
sing
it was
it, though.
JR,
They got that down.
hey, Miss Eloise and Rep look like Coach Dre, JR putting them boots down on the ground. JR there popping that fan, popping that fan, popping that fan, popping that. Oh boy, Coach Drake, talk to me, man. Before we move into our next segment, we're gonna talk about your football team. But I got one more question before we go. Which freshman you looking for in the spring game to make a huge, a huge impression on Coach Prime?
I gotta go with Farrakhan X. That kid, what he doing at the receiver spot is unmatched. That kid, he Will Shepherd. He got on the right number with 14. He going to attack that football, but he running great routes. That when I look at receivers, I don't just look at the catching. I'm looking at the route running. That's why I'm glad that they give us at least 3 videos, because you might miss something in one video you can see in the next one. And every time I see him, he running great routes. I thought it was gonna be Gibson, but right now you got to go with Farrakhan X and what he giving you. Great routes, very coachable, very respectable kid. He's listening to everything that's being taught to him. Coach Phillips was talking to him, telling him how to do this, and this. Yes, sir. No, sir. Okay, I got you. Go right back. He did. You see what I'm saying? When you do this, this is what happened. Farrakhan X, guys, right now, hey, if you in the position that he playing, you in a world of trouble, because that kid wants to play. Again, this is the biggest thing for most of these kids. They've been starting their whole life since Little League. So now coming to college, talking about is a possibility that I got to sit over here on the sideline. That just ain't gonna, But for me, it's Farrakhan X that I think gonna make the biggest surprise for Coach Prime in this spring game right now.
I have to agree with you, Coach Dre. I don't think it's a surprise when it comes to X. I can tell you, I don't think it's a surprise when it comes to X. He's such a professional. The key thing that I like that you said, Coach Dre, he's coachable. What I liked in this one here, when you have a player like X who is professional, compete, courteous, respectful, and wants to learn, and something that I realized about X, you won't see him make the same mistake twice. And when you have players like that, they grow. Those players grow because coaches, what you're going to see pretty soon, Phillips is going to pour more and more into X, because it makes you feel good when you got somebody there. You like, man, I can feed this guy. He's humble. He's respectful. Those are the people you want to be like, you go out of your way for those people to be successful, because it's like, hey, it warms your heart up to say, man, I just enjoy this kid. I enjoy being around this kid. This kid is what it's all about when it comes to football. What I think we need to be looking at is this one here. Who in the heck is finding these gems at Colorado? Because it's amazing the talent. And let's go with McPherson. Let's go with the recruiting class. The recruiters are doing a heck of a job, because they are getting players. Let's say it again. they're getting high school players that are ready to play. That's amazing. You do not see that in college football because the SEC and everywhere else, even in the Big 12, we got to put meat on their bones. We got to get them acclimated to college. We got to get them in the system. These guys are coming in as professionals. Day one. They got a lot to learn. If you look at X can do it, man, when it comes to route running, but he got to learn the little things on, hey, how not to show your hand when it comes to running, hey, to keep your eyes going. But that's coaching there. Now, that's when you say you're getting coached. So I can just put it this way. I can say X and McPherson. McPherson going to come across that edge and knock the snot at somebody's nose. This is what I don't want to see. Don't put no tackle, that right tackle over there, and that right tackle can't move. McPherson, please keep put a yellow jersey on them quarterback. Do not touch. Do not touch. Don't touch them, because I'm telling you, Ed McPherson is coming, and he's coming to let you know it's time for him to get on that field and get that playing time. Back to you, BWatts.
Yeah, Coach Ray stole my guy who I was gonna bring up, but I go to B. London Merritt and Alex McPherson. Round about that field for 6 games. Yeah, what y'all do? Come back healthy. Coach Prime lawyer. I'm again that he lawyer to people who've been with him the longest. He gonna give you a chance. Well, he don't like to use chance, opportunities, right? And go for the quarterback position too. If Salter don't go out there and do what he's supposed to do, Juju going in that game. You know why? Coach Prime done showed me. I don't go out what nobody say. When it came to that center position, he kept messing up in that game. He went straight to Cash Cleveland and didn't think nothing else about it. You want to leave, leave. We going right here. I gave you an opportunity. Right? McPherson, London Merritt, Juju Lewis, those guys gonna make a difference if they get on that field. I like the way London Merritt moved. I like the way Alex McPherson moved. Them guys ain't no true freshmen. Look like they've been playing for 2 years in college, coming from IMG. What state IMG from? Georgia?
No.
Where they from?
They Florida boss. Florida boss. Don't even try to put Georgia in there. No, with Florida boss. You know where the boys from. Barrett is from Georgia. But see, again, the thing is, it's a private school. It's a these kids come to these schools, they already college ready. Like I told you, McPherson from right down here where I'm from, he been up at IMG for the last couple of years. So he been in a dorm, been on campus. They got a weight program. They got all the top stuff. So when these guys come to college, they're ready. But here's the thing, I'm gonna let y'all know. That is what all college coaches are looking for, not BWatts. In high school, these kids got to look the part. They got to look like they're ready to come play, because I can go get a kid out the portal if you don't look like you're ready to come play. And we talking about just getting you ready and getting you acclimated and all that. They rather go get a kid out the portal. So these high school kids have to come ready. And here's a sleeper that's going to surprise y'all. I think going to surprise a lot of people. Walker, on the defensive side of the ball, the linebacker. Mantrez is looking real good in drills. He's looking real good in drills. I think he could really surprise some people as a true freshman. Maybe not as much as playing, because I think we're gonna be loaded in that room. But look for him, especially on special teams. I think he's gonna be our gauge from last year. I think he's gonna be on special teams. I think he's gonna be on every special team, because from what I'm seeing, from the linebackers room, it looked like Hughes and JB out there with the ones. French and I don't know who that other guy was. I can't tell you who the other guy was out there with French. But I know I went back and watched. I was like, oh, JB out there with Hughes. Because Hughes is number 40, JB number 42, French is number 37. And so But don't be surprised that guy is like Gage this year. He on every special team that might find his way on to the football field. But I like what I saw from him as well.
Yeah, he looked real good. And yeah, that JB at that running with the one, because like I said, I got that call yesterday. So they went on back and watched my broadcast, and I said that was huge, and they corrected me because they said they was there. It was JB, and when I look back at the film, it was JB. JB done stepped up. You know when they call him out?
That's who it was. Salter with French. The other Salters, 41.
Oh, Salter. Oh, he out there now?
Yeah, Salter. Yeah, Salter and French with the second team. Webster
okay.
hurt. Webster's hurt right. I think Webster's hurt right now. So I think Webster would be there, but Webster's hurt right now.
I see Ben back there too.
He is. I think Carter.
I'm talking about with the ones.
he is, but Carter Stoudemire hurt right now. So it's okay. And RJ looked like he was playing corner and not safety this week. That's what I saw.
He was. That's what I saw.
It looked like he was playing corner, but 29 is Vickers. I think 29 is Vickers, and he was back there. Okay. So I'm not. Again,
you said Vickers.
Vickers, yeah, the kid that came from Oklahoma. I think he number 29. I think that's Vickers.
Who's number 32? Wide receiver.
He been there. That kid been there. I don't know his name, but he been there a while. He been there. He done been there at least 2 years. He done been there a while. I don't know his name. He a walk-on kid. I just don't know his name, and I'm gonna find out because I don't like not to know his name because he been there a while. He been consistently putting in that work. But yeah, he been there. He been at Colorado a minute.
He just said Vickers number 10.
I didn't see no number 10 out there. I thought it was 29. I go back and check.
They said Yates number 29.
Yates, okay. Yates 29. Okay, well, I find out what number. I go with Yates.
Find out who number 29 is. I don't like talking about name either. But
right.
Oh yeah, I need to ask you one more question before we move on. The running back room. Marshall Falk said in that meeting on not Reach the People. Who video that was? I don't call the right one. Uncle Neely video. He said, hey, Marshall Falk said, hey, if you're running one, if you're running with two, but if you don't see yourself running with two, you better learn how to play special team. Special team have to get on the field, y'all. He told him that. So when you look at the running back room, Coach Dre, Charlie look good, bro. I'm just saying. Charlie look good so far. I'm just saying. I know we've been hollering IA. I know we've been hollering Dalton Hayden and Hood and all that. That white shadow back there, boy. Look at Steve. And then y'all get in your feeling. I'm just telling you how he looked.
No doubt.
He looked good.
No doubt. He looked good.
He reading the hole like he should be, and he getting up out of there, boy. I said, dog, who is that boy running that ball like that? I see that number 44. Look at JR. JR no mad, boy. Hey, you remember what I told y'all? It's going to be a running back hit that. Look at here. It's going to be that running back hit that transfer portal. Y'all going to be calling your feeling. And once again, number 7 running with the one.
No, they split in time. I saw
Yeah, Coach Dre. I don't got the word, Coach Dre.
They split in time.
Okay, then. I give you that, But first snap of every practice, I know he ain't. First snap of every practice, 7 been the one.
This is the guy I think gonna surprise. I think Brandon Hood is a Marshall Falk type of running back.
I do too. I give you that.
I believe that Brandon is
when the time comes, once he get it done, he gonna get
that
the guy.
kid, if you put that guy, if you mess around and put that guy, if what happened last year happened this year, which y'all can't stay healthy, and y'all mess around and put that guy in the game and let him run the ball and he stay healthy, I just don't know. That kid is impressive. But I just don't see no reason for nobody to hit the portal. If you do, you do, but I don't see no reason for you to hit it. You got one of the best coaches, the best minds in football with you. I just don't see no reason to hit the portal. But I agree with you. It might be somebody hit it. But right now, my surprise guy in that backfield gonna be Brandon Hood. But right now, I see 7 and 23 splitting carries. It's gonna come down to, I think
Yeah.
for me with Falk, it's gonna come down to who blocked the best, who can pick up the blitz, who can block the best. I think that's what it's gonna come to for me, is who can block the best. And so
I,
I think that's come down to. Go ahead,
Hey, Coach, you nailed it as far as the person who gonna steal the show. Hood gonna steal the show. They do not want Hood to get on that field, because if he get on the field, he might not get off. Because I can tell you now, his body should be. Coach, can y'all give Coach Prime his props for taking care of Hood by not putting that young man out there last year, coming off the injury that he had? I know other coaches would have put that kid out there and had that kid leg towed to pieces,
Yeah.
trying to get him on there to win football games. Coach Prime does not get the respect and love that he should get for taking care of players. Now, that's taking care of a player, because that young man, the way he was producing in practice, he should have got a little bit more playing time. But let me just get off of that. Let's go this direction with it. What's going to determine who gets on that field? Who keeps that ball in their hand? I heard Marshall told one person, "You fumble that ball again, we're gonna have some problems. We ain't fumbling here." He and I know who fumbled it, and that's gonna hurt him. You cannot put that ball on the ground. And people are looking at me like, if you put that ball on the ground, I've seen Coach Prime at Jackson State. When I say you go back to the end of the line, you can call yourself Rosa Parks, because you get into the back of the bus. Coach Prime ain't putting you up on that front seat. You fumble that football. Because if you fumble the football, you lose football games. And that's what coaches don't put up with. They don't tolerate it. And Marshall Faulk is old school. Go back and watch Marshall Faulk games. Tell me how many games you saw Marshall Faulk fumble a football. Anytime. You just don't see it. You're just not gonna see a lot of that. And he is not gonna put up with it. But this is where I'm gonna go. The best player is gonna be the player with availability and does not fumble the football. Because what you better do is stay healthy. I could care less who starts. Because the person who starts the year, I'm gonna put it this way, is not gonna be the person who ends the year. Hear what I'm saying? The person who started the year is not going to be the person that ends the year. And the reason I say that is because of this here. Those guys behind them, like any football player knows, every time they make a mistake, somebody, us as fans, man, Hood should be getting out there, man. We saw Hood tore it up, man. Charlie ran one play, Charlie ran for 40 yards. Because every time you see something else, you're like, let's get rid of this player. They went down and they got 20 yards. You looking for the next man up. So it's going to be hard to stay on that field, and if you're not producing. It's not going to happen this year. So those players got to stay healthy and produce. No excuses. Back to you, BY.
Yeah, they got to stay healthy, man. They definitely got to do that, bro. That's gonna be the key. That's gonna be the key. All right, let me pivot for a few minutes. Then we'll come back and talk about Colorado football team. Coach Dre, talk to me. This the team that you are part of, the East Side High football team, and that's the head coach, coach of the year. Who this guy is right here, Coach Dre?
That would be what we consider the mob boss. My son David Bradford. He was a 26 kid, offense, defensive lineman. I'm proud of that kid. I'm more proud of him with a 3.4 GPA. He's been a starter since he's been in the 10th grade. I'm just proud of where he's come from. He's been taught right. He's just a great kid. just because he mine. A lot of people know I don't post him a lot, but he my real he my guy. He go out and do his thing. He play offensive guard and he plays a defensive tackle. The last 3 games of the season, he had to play every snap. We couldn't afford for him to get to come off the field, and he was cramping up one time. And I said, "You want to come out?" I looked at Gator. I say, "Maybe he need to come out." And he waved back at Gator, told him don't take him out. So he's just a great kid, man. Uh, we got offers from West Florida right now. We've been talking with coach with the coach from Delaware State, uh, Bethune Cookman, and a few other schools. So uh, we just waiting our time. He's a little undersized. We right at 6 foot. Hopefully we can get to 6'1", 6'1", because he can play center. He can play any of the interior, center, guard, but he's more of a defensive tackle. And so yeah, I'm proud of that kid. You can't say enough about him.
All right. Talk to us about the head coach, Coach Dre.
Harold Hoskins. He an Eastside alum. I coached him in high school. He went to the University of Marshall. He's the third lead. He's third on the charts in touchdowns. The person in front of him is Randy Moss, and I forget the other guy. So that lets you know what he did at the University of Marshall. Uh, he got drafted late 7th round by the Miami Dolphins. He played a couple of seasons with the Dolphins and one season with the Seahawks. He came home. In Eastside, we were on the downward spiral. Um, we had won like 3 games in 5 years. My oldest son at the time, he was there, and people called me dumb and crazy because I left my son there. But I knew it was for a reason. I never taught my son that everything was gonna be easy. Us running to a different school and trying to go chase rings and do all that. I never taught my kids that. And we stayed, and Gator had come back home, and so the coach at the time, he got into a little something. Uh, so he stepped down. Gator interviewed for the job, and they went with him because he was from East Side. He understands that, and so I was so happy to get him to come back home to coach. Like I say, I coached him in high school. I got to see him go to college, and the biggest thing is I tell people all the time. My oldest son, he didn't have to look. He didn't have to look on TV for a role model. When he was coming up, he wanted to be like Harold Hoskins. Uh, he got to be in the locker room, got to sit in his locker. Right now, my son has Harold's high school jersey, so that's just great for him to come back. And we've been a 8. His first year we went 9-4. Second year we went 9-4. This year we finished 7-3. So and then this year we plan to make a good run. That picture that you have up now, again, you see my son up there, 56. The kid there in the middle, with the number 2 jersey on, right next to my son, he's a D1 athlete. He has offers from UNLV, San Diego State. We just picked up an offer from Syracuse. Fran Brown, he just got through talking with Fran, and we got an offer from the University of Syracuse. The kid that's in the front, the big kid, 72, guys, he's just a sophomore. He's 6'3". Every school in America is gonna want to come get him. He's just a sophomore. He started for us last year. We got a few other kids up there that graduating. Because this picture was from the beginning of last year, but you know, you see, I put all those combinations together. So we never wore the same combination. I did the Coach Prime. We never wore the same combination one time this year. We switched it up every game. So I'm just proud of those guys because people said we couldn't do it from the East Side. We the guys from the inner city. People don't think you can come out there and make it, and we just keep showing people that you can. When you got a kid like Anthony Richardson, the number 4 pick in the NFL draft, come from my high school. I coached them all the way through Little League. I'm just proud of what these kids, because these kids have real world problems. And I do mean real world problems. We're not just dealing with football. We're dealing with kids at home, going home and not having stuff sometime, and coaches having to go provide this and provide that, and that's not to talk about anybody because that's the blessing. That's why I told you this is what I'm here to do. I'm here to bless. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because I know that just because you in that situation don't mean that you a bad parent. It just means that you're going through something. Everybody needs help. And so I tell people I don't coach football for wins and losses. I coach football to bless kids and make better young men. So that's my biggest thing.
Hey, I applaud you, my brother. Keep on doing the good work, man. You're doing a great job as a parent, great job as a coach, being a mentor for young people. Like I said, I've been in your role before, and not too long ago, my county, my state, they honored me with my 10-year and put me up there, man. I'm telling you, Coach Dre, you're gonna be blessed, bro, and I'm sure you already have been blessed because I got a lot of favors from doing what I did the 20 years that I coached down there, and I'm telling you, the reason why I know I've been blessed through that is the way I treated those young kids, and their parents remember that. I never paid a mortgage since I've been living. When I built my house, they fathers came and helped me over the weekend to build my house. I built two because of the stuff that I did in my community. Never paid a mortgage, never have paid rent or nothing. You build relationships through young kids, man. And if you do it right, they parents gonna remember you as you get older. I promise you. They parents gonna have business and they gonna turn them business over to their kids. And that kid that you coach, who sponsors me and the bank, gonna remember that. And that's how you build relationships and you don't have to know. My two sponsors come from what I did for them when they was young. And they ain't missed a beat. It's called relationship, like Coach Prime said. But I don't want to get into that. Coach Trey, like I said, man, that's why I rock with you and Steve, man. Y'all some good guys, man. When I talk to Steve, he tell me BWatts. I called him, check on him. He said, I'm out here coaching my son in soccer. Yeah. I said, I'm lined up with some real gentlemen, man. And y'all two y'all the best at what y'all do. Trust me. Coach Ray and Steve, if y'all want all that, I would not be fucking with you. I'm just gonna be straight out with you. I just with just me. I'm just me. I'm just letting you know what type of how I feel about you, bro. I'm just telling you. Y'all some good men, man. I don't fool around crazy and junk, man. I just don't. I ain't never had to do that.
I
You
tell
know,
people all
I'm just
the time,
saying.
it's about how you make a person feel. It's about I always was told by the old people that you can't never answer for what somebody else do for you. You can only answer for what you do for the other people. So it's a lot of people going around going tit for tat, where you ain't really you're not winning. You're not helping yourself. I tell people all the time, people can hate. Just because they hate don't crown them. That don't make them no better than you. But what you do is what you gotta answer for. I don't gotta answer for how you feel about me. All I gotta answer for is how I treat you. So if I treat you with the utmost respect and the due diligence, like I say, man, I never got on here to be famous. I never I could I'm happy being Coach Dre in Gainesville, Florida. I'm happy with that. But following Coach Prime and having the opportunity to, like I say, a lot of us we started on Colin over there with Colin. Bro started with like 30 people, and we used to talk every day in his little chat, 30 or 40 people, and that's all that it was. And that grew from Colin going out to Oregon to that first game in TCU, and it just grew. And he just was like, "Hey, y'all guys can do this and y'all can do that." And again, that's all it takes is us being together. We so busy trying to fight each other. We so busy trying to bump heads or trying to say who the best. You ain't gonna never hear me say I'm the best CU podcaster in the no. I'm just a guy. I'm just a nobody. You get what I'm saying? I'm just blessed to be allowed to be on here, meet great human beings, and show that great human beings can meet and talk and not fuss and fight and cuss and fuss about something that we really have no control over. Because Deion Sanders and Coach Prime, he gonna do whatever's best for Colorado and his football team, regardless of what anybody talking about. But yeah, I appreciate you, BWatts. I appreciate you giving my guys that limelight. Like I say, we just some guys that's trying to make it, man. We just some, and I appreciate Uncle Steve always. Uncle Steve been rocking with me since we started. Been here with me since we started, and I appreciate everything you do for me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime, buddy. Like I say, man, you a part of me, man. I mean, if you coaching the team, you got kids out there, hey, part of the show to me. Like I say, I pick up the phone whenever I can't make it. You always hear Steve, always hear Steve. I'm gonna hear that clap from Steve, but he always come through like a brother, man. You know, he like my oldest brother, my drunk uncle. Boy, I told your dad I was gonna take care of you, boy. But you gonna leave me alone, boy. But he always there. Coach Drake, when you look at spring practice, RJ Johnson is out there making plays, according to the videos. Talk to the USD about RJ Johnson.
Right now, if you had to say who's the shining star of Colorado spring practice first week, if you don't say RJ Johnson, you ain't looking at the film. That kid, again, and that goes to you people that said Coach Mathis and Coach Prime them can't develop. Because that kid played no snaps at corner or safety last year. Not a one. Not one. But he stayed at Colorado. He believed in the process. And when your defensive coordinator says, when they ask who's the guy that you expect to make a leap or a jump or you looking forward to see, and they say RJ Johnson, that tells you all you need to know. That means you've been doing everything you need to do this all season to put yourself in the position. And now when we get out here in between these lines on this grass, hey, throw the ball over here if you want to. Hey, that's the only time I done seen the ball hit the ground. When RJ Johnson is covering somebody, that's the only time I done seen the ball hit the ground. He breaking up passes. He not quitting. I like what I see from that guy. And to see that they moved him to corner. Now I don't know if that's just because we got some injuries right now, or them just trying to see it. In one-on-ones, we know what we're gonna see. You know, everybody gonna look like they at corner, but RJ Johnson is a guy who has trusted the process, who believes in his coaching, and now is showing up for him big. And I have to tip my hat to that guy. I'm very excited to see what he's gonna be for us this year in that secondary room.
Development. Didn't people say Coach Prime now don't develop players? I thought they said that they don't develop players at Colorado. Now, what I see is a very competitive young man, and he gets in there and he goes at it. He ain't hearing nothing. RJ, like, hey, when you got the defensive coordinator coming and saying your name when he's doing his press conferences, you're doing something right. You're doing something right when you're getting mentioned saying, hey, some players for you to look at. That's a positive thing. And you also have the film that solidifies what he's saying. You see him going out there, getting in people's face. He's comfortable with his technique. He's comfortable with his assignment, and he understands that he can get the job done. And when you have seen that, hey, he can say, I played against the best. And if I can compete against them and they're in the NFL, hey, why not y'all? I can take care of y'all too. So with that being said, you got to say Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson's doing his thing. And Mr. Johnson's doing his thing because he realizes he has an opportunity to be on that field. He's like everybody else. Something I think we should get Colorado credit for. Almost every player other than left tackle, you can get on the field and play. You got an opportunity to get on the field. So if you have an opportunity to get on the field, my question is, what's stopping you? Back to you, BWatts.
Coach Ray, getting ready for that pro day. What's your expectation? What you looking for? What you expect to see?
For the guys that haven't been getting the talk, I want those guys to go out there and have great days. The BJ Greens, the Will Shepherds, the Colts, the Myers. I want those guys to go out there and have a good day because you're gonna have every team or a representative from every team at this pro day. So you're gonna be able to have the eyes on top of you and see what you can do. Again, the measurables are gonna be there. I think that Myers gonna put down a great time. I do see that Jimmy Horn is back in Boulder. I think or on his way back. I hope he's getting down there to get some of that, a little bit of work right here with our guy Sway, getting ready for that 40, just so we can bring it down a little bit. We good where we at because of the way he looked in those other drills. Uh, y'all gonna get to see two throw, and it's only because he wants his guys to look good. Because he doesn't have to throw. I expect us to put on a great show. I expect it to be a spectacle. I expect Prime to have all kind of people there. It's gonna be a real big thing for us to put on this show because everybody's gonna be there, and it's gonna give us a chance to, if we don't get drafted, to at least get those free agent contracts. And that's all we want is the opportunity. I think all those guys, all they're asking for is the opportunity to get in the room and show what they can do. And I think that's going to be solid. I think we're going to see some faster times in the 40 from LaJohntay, from Jimmy. I want to see what Will runs in the 40, because if that kid runs a 4.4, in the 40, you can believe that it's going to be a lot of teams all over him with his height, his build. If he can run a 4.4, you're going to be impressed. But again, I'm more about these other kids that didn't get invited to the combine. They went to a bowl game, but they didn't get to go to that to the Shrine Bowl, and they haven't been getting talked about a lot. BJ Green, Coates, all those good seniors that we have. I want all those guys to get the publicity that they deserve. So that's what I'm looking for at Pro Day. Go ahead,
What I'm looking forward is this one here. I'm looking forward to see the effort that these young men are going to provide at Pro Day. I'm also looking to see for these young men to say, hey, the tape don't lie. If you look at a person like BJ Green, his tape don't lie. He put up numbers. He showed up on film, and when you showed up on film, he sticks out on film. So when you see that and you get to see this individual and see them run and see them move, and then you talk with them, it only helps them as far as getting drafted. Chidoz is going to move up when he talks to people and they see his numbers and things like his strength and stuff like that. So it won't do anything but help him when you look at that. What you're also doing is, like you said, Coach, it's about building those relationships with those teams to say, hey, provide me an opportunity to get to your camp. Because I'm going to tell y'all something like this one here. If you don't think they've called Rob Livingston about the Shark, you have been sadly mistaken, because the respect that Livingston has for the Shark sitting on there, that young man, even if he don't get drafted, he is going to get an opportunity to make a team in the NFL. And I can tell you something. I can tell y'all something a little different, whether he wanted or not. If the Shark wanted to say, hey, he didn't want to do the NFL thing, if you don't think Rob Livingston won't take that young man to be one of his assistants, grad assistants, then move his way up to be a coach, you're sadly mistaken. Because he will, because he knows a young man like that is with you when you're doing things. But he got bigger things in his career, go and make an NFL team, and I look forward to him to doing that. But first step is going during your pro day and then coming back to see you with that pro day and get yourself ready for the draft. Back to you, BWatts.
Coach Ray, Rob Livingston going into his second year as the defensive coordinator. Will his defense be the determining factor if Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes win the Big 12?
Yeah, he the main factor. That defense is the main factor. I know everybody loves offense, but defense wins championships. If we can build off of what we did last year, I think we're gonna be better. I think we're gonna be more fundamentally sound. I think we're gonna be more disciplined. Uh, I expect us to make leaps and bounds. I've seen no coach make better halftime adjustments than Coach Livingston with the help of Hilo and his great coaching staff. Uh, this guy could easily been a defensive coordinator this offseason, guys. Don't let nobody fool y'all and say that Livingston could have left. Uh, but again, it comes back to, that's why Coach Prime picks the right people. He picks guys that want to be here, who want to be loyal, who want to see this thing through, who want to get better. You get what I'm saying? Some coaches, they jump at the first thing biting, and then they mess themselves up, and their coaching career don't go well like they want to go, and you never get another chance. I think Livingston is doing the right thing. We have a great coaching staff and great guys. And like you say, you're seeing that he's building, he's doing what all coaches should do. Is not look at your scheme and try to make people fit to your scheme, but build a scheme that's fit to the guys that's on your football team. And because when you do that, guys feel like they're wanted. They feel they're not so uptight, because when you're trying to fit into that coach's system, like I told you, no disrespect to Coach Kelly, he won a national championship. He a head coach now because he has a system. And when you bring that system in and you try to fit everybody into that system, it's kind of hard. It takes a while. When Livingston got there, what he did was he looked at his guys, he saw what they could do best, and he built something around that. Again, I think that's what Coach Livingston is going to do this year. But yes, he is the key for us winning the Big 12 this year. Because if we only giving up anywhere from 14 to 17 points a game, that means we got a chance to win every football game, and I believe we'll win the Big 12, and we can do that.
What I see is this one here, Coach Dre. You nailed it. But at the end of the day, it's this one here. When you're starting the season off, normally the defense is far ahead of the offense when you're starting the season off, because the defense just shooting off and the offense got to be thinking about their plays and things to that magnitude, getting the continuity together and getting ready with their offense. Something else you got with CU is this one here. If you look at CU's defense, I see NFL players on CU defense. And people talking about they ain't got, yeah, they do. They backfield, they entire backfield. They ain't talking about the safety. Well, they got one back there. I think Stoudemire is going to be an NFL player. Y'all can think what y'all want to, but I'm going Stoudemire, McKinney, Hood, and Hodge. That's NFL. That's three right there. That's three right there. I'm going to go with some of them edges. McCoy, Arden Walker, NFL right there. That's NFL talent right there. Alone, those are NFL. Wade will get an opportunity, stay healthy. Wade got to stay healthy the way he comes across that edge to get an opportunity. Let's go this one. Otis and Barnes got the bodies. They're going to get a shot at the NFL because you don't produce those kind of bodies. So my point being is this. When you got NFL talent and they got the continuity that they have with that talent that they have, and they got a defensive coordinator, and they got somebody Hilo who's up in that box who gets to make those adjustments that they make, I expect big things from the defense. What I expect is this one here. Coach Prime now should be coaching their offense so that it works with the defense. What do you mean by that, This is what I mean. When you get an opportunity to get 3 points and put on the board, we ain't going for it on no fourth down. Kick the three, get the 3 points, and let that defense get back on the field and say, hey, drive the ball 80 yards against this defense, and let's see what you do there. That's the kind of thing I'm looking at. Defense, keep the ball on the far side, other end of the field, and give your offense a short end of the field so you can come down there and put points on the board. That's what I expect from CU's defense, and I also expect them to score. This defense should get more turnovers. Get them linebackers to start punching that ball out and start getting to that ball, and we should get more turnovers. So, and I think we are going to get more interceptions because something about Hood. If the ball get close to Hood and McKinney, they bringing it down. So with that, and even Hodge had a big interception against UCF that turned the game around. When we threw an interception, he came right back and got another interception in the end zone. With all that being said, the defense wins championships, and that's what Colorado's going to take to the bank. Back to you, BWatts.
Somebody says Philly coming back. Is he in the win? I haven't seen Philly.
They said he was still on the team last time I heard somebody.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe Coach Dre. No, I don't know.
The team, but I'm like BWatts. I hadn't seen him. I hadn't seen him in no videos, so I don't know. So you can see them guys, but they be up front, and I ain't seen them with none of the specialists, so I don't know.
Okay. I heard what you heard too, Steve, but I just haven't seen it. But all right, Coach Dre. when you look, what time is it? I haven't heard of. When you look at team, be honest with you two. Steve, y'all be honest now. Just honest show. Yeah. When you look at the team, what's really your concern? Your major concern when we get ready to play Georgia Tech, August 29th, even though I'm skipping the spring. And then we're in.
My again, it's gonna be if we can run the ball, if we can set the tone in the line of scrimmage, we can compete with anybody in the skill position. Uh, I'm not gonna judge my secondary yet because again, I think we got 4 to 5 guys that can hold the secondary down right now, so I'm not as concerned. But I gotta find 5 guys that I can consistently consistently count on up front to go with 4 guys to go with Seaton. Uh, and I need to see us do all this stuff that we've been doing, pulling guys, running the ball, that zone read. And I need to see if the moment ain't too big for Salter or Juju. They go for both of them. I ain't not leaving out either one. I understand where Salter come from, and I know he done been in the big lights, but hey, ain't nothing like playing in Boulder in Colorado right now. And so, will the lights be too big? How can they handle this team who got the L's and the D's on their chest? So my biggest concern is what we gonna look like on offense. I got a strong feeling I know what we gonna look like on defense. I just don't know what we gonna look like on offense. Everything is a mystery. First time without Travis. First time without Shador. Offensive line gonna be new. Uh, all of that. So that is my concern. The offense and what we gonna look like. If we can come out here and we can run the ball, keep people guessing, keep defensive coordinators not thinking they know exactly what we doing or certain positions giving it away what we plan on doing. I think we're gonna be in the running for the Big 12 championship, and people gonna really be having to take notice on what Colorado. But that's my real concern. BWatts. It's gonna always start with up front. How physical are we? Can we move the ball? I keep telling y'all the offensive line is a want-to position. You gotta want to move enough. So if we can do that, I think we're in good position.
Hey, BWatts, Patrick Williams answered it for me. First and foremost, everything to me, my concern is going to be, ain't just a concern, is Pat Shurmur. And Pat Shurmur with his schemes, his adjustments, his play calling, and also is he going to command that room and ensure that the players he put out there are running those plays the way the plays should be ran, and also making sure when he sees something that's not working, we don't get complacent and say, hey, we're just going to throw the ball across the field, because that's not going to work against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech got some dogs over there. That's a tough, gritty team, and trying to run the ball down their throat, because you got to realize their team is a running team. Georgia Tech is a running team, and they see that all the time. So with that being said, we are going to have to be committed. Let's say again, committed to that run and committed to changing that scheme and showing Georgia Tech some things that they haven't seen Colorado do before, and also make the adjustments. So all of my concerns is, hey, what is Pat Shurmur going to do? It's like the real Slim Shady. Will the real Pat Shurmur please stand up? And when I see that person, I know we're going to do well if Pat shows up like he was when he was at Minnesota, and we go from there. Back to you, BWatts.
Let me assure y'all, Pat Shurmur gonna be fine. Trust me. The dude, he gonna be fine, y'all. I know that's y'all opinion, but I just want to assure y'all. You got to realize what Pat Shurmur's up against. They told y'all. Even Neely came out and said on his show, when you got two and his head coach is his father, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I understand. Also, before I leave, you know I gotta get my boy a shout out. Head and strength and conditioning coach. Coach Ways. Tap ran down there and the Coach Prime said, we can't play no music. Man, Sway don't want no music out here, bro. Coach Sway's hell, man. Coach Sway, you hell, bro. You my dog, bro. You my dog. You think Coach Swayze have helped the team to be more disciplined this year than it was last year? And we out of here. I know I keep saying that.
No doubt about it. Like I told you, it's the little things. When you tweak the little things, the big things fall into place. Little thing like just like you say, just removing the music, and it's not no knock on the music. It's what he's trying to get across. Is I want you guys to talk to each other, because see, when the music on, you dancing, you vibing, you doing your own thing. You might not be fully stretching. You might be, hey boy, y'all rapping back and forth. Now you don't miss the whole stretch because y'all singing the song. You done missed this. You ain't doing this. It's the little things. You not like I told you in the weight room. It was about the talking to each other and the communicating with each other. Hey man, what you lifting? Hey, what you lifting? Hey man, you need to be putting more on that bitch. Hey man, the receivers bitching more than the DBs, man. You can yell from one end of the weight room to the other one and be giving your teammates support. When you playing that music, that ain't what's going on. And then it's the discipline. Are you disciplined enough to keep working hard, or is this music just that important to you? It's not. So then, like you say, you get sap out there. Hey man, I come to get turned up. What's going on? What the music? Wait, so we can't have no music right now. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
that's just what it is. Wait, so we can't have no music right now. And then when he went on Wednesday with Warren, I think him and Uncle Nilly was talking about. He's like, yeah, man, Swayze just done took all my vibe. I can't get hype in them. Can't jump around with my boys. So, but that is just those little. That I want these boys to be serious and locked in about what they got going on right now. We don't got time for this. We gonna have time for that. Now, this is what I want y'all to understand. Don't be surprised if in the fall you see some music come back. Not in a heavyweight, but what I'm thinking is they might not play that music at the beginning of practice, but once practice gets started, you get what I'm saying? You might hear a little music then, but when it's sway time, when it's sway warm up and all that other stuff, you ain't gonna hear nothing going on, nothing but whatever Sway talking about, because he ain't with that. But it has helped us. But if y'all notice, it's little things that he doing in his warm up, like you gotta have your foot on the line, or you gotta have your foot behind the line. He checking for little stuff like that, because that's the little discipline that you need. If you can't do this in warm up, your butt gonna go out there and jump outside. Your butt gonna run the wrong route. You ain't gonna be in the right gap when you're supposed to. Those are the little things that Coach Sway is trying to do. So I believe in what Coach Sway has done and how he's turned us around.
I believe that Coach Swayze was the right person at the right time to come in. And what he's done an outstanding job. You have to give him his props. What I also believe is this one here. It's complicated, man, when you answer this question. I ain't just going music. When you're dealing with Tu and Travis, man, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. And then they ain't counting Shiloh. Shiloh, when he say headache game, he caused Coach Prime some headaches because, when they're your kids, you can say whatever you want to, and them other players, people are human, man. And I ain't saying it was no, people feel the way they feel. And when you feel that way, it's gonna impact some things. And if you can look at it any way you want to. And I don't care what coach you had there, because if Tu was there and Sway was there, how would it go with Tu's music? So those are things you got to ask yourself. How would it go with Tu's music? Tu going in there. So those are things now where you're saying you don't have to worry about that. That noise is gone. Now what you hear is football, and that's what you're supposed to hear. So I'm not blaming music for it or anything, but I do know is this one here. If I'm running me a business and I need somebody concentrating on their job, you ain't gonna be sitting up there playing no music, and I'm paying you good money to do what you're supposed to be doing. I want you focused. I want your attention to where it should be. And that's what Coach Swayze is doing. And that's what they should be doing. Get focused and get yourself together as far as getting perfection at your job. Your technique correct and everything else, your alignment, assignment, and technique. When you can do those things, then you can listen to a little music. But if your stuff ain't together, what you listen to music for? What the music? You can listen to music when we cut you and send you home to your mama. But for right now, you're here to play football, and that's what we're doing. So give Swayze his props. If the music had to get turned off, turn it off. Teddy P say turn it off anyway. So with that being said, he turned it off. We got football going. I expect to see the penalties down, and I also expect this one here. If the penalties don't go down, then we really need to look at an evaluation of what's really going on. And that goes with character in that football room and what the priorities are. Where the other coaches are they putting that emphasis on that? So BWatts, I think he did a great job. But with that being said, he had help because he had some noise that left, some things that could have been I ain't say distraction, but could have been challenging, and we'll go from there. Back to you, BWatts.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say, but I think sometimes it ain't good to say what you think. Sometimes you need to leave it alone, as Coach Ray say. How you say it, but you'll be in a better place, But anyway, the recruiting staff has done a good job bringing in guys that got good character. I don't think it's no character issues. I just think that's how that young generation is now, They like that music, man. They just like it. You see every time that we can't judge Steve Player how we came up. It's time just different. That's just different, man. Everything different now, really. You know, shit. We ain't had no Facebook or no Instagram when I was coming up, man. Shoot. You want to get noticed, you got to go out there and put it on that hard film. Them VHAs, the VHS video, put it out there and go to the post office and mail it to them. But now they ain't got to do that now. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Love y'all, man. Like my brothers, man. I know if I call Steve next week, he's gonna tell me this right here again.
My office hours are from 9 to 5.
CK John was back again, Coach Dre. Coach Dre, give us your final word, man. Oh, let me give my final word. Hey, want to thank everybody, I mean everybody, for tuning in tonight. But check me out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Sports Talk with BWatts. I appreciate each and one of y'all for rocking with me, Coach Dre, and Steve tonight. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on LinkedIn. Thank you, Rev. I seen you follow me on LinkedIn. Who else follow me over there? I think Miss Eloise, Miss E. Willer. Appreciate you for following me over there on X. I saw that and I appreciate it. I love CC. Appreciate the super chat. Jizzle. Appreciate Cash App. Appreciate everything y'all do for Sports Talk. We'll be wild. Go ahead, Coach Ray. Oh, tomorrow night, Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Life and Football and his business manager will be my special guest. And on Wednesday, I got to reach out to the Buffy Prime, see if they won't come on. Go ahead, y'all.
Go ahead,
Man, hey, I'm just a visitor, baby. Thank y'all for what y'all do each and every day. Y'all are blessed because you are a blessing. The people out there in podcast land, thank y'all for being such wonderful, wonderful people. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep supporting this brother, BWatts. Keep supporting the good doctor, Coach Dre. Keep supporting him and keep showing them love because they do it for the right reasons. And we want you to know it's always a pleasure working with him. And they will see you next time. And my hours of operations are back to you, Coach Dre. Finish this thing for us.
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for coming. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with us. We don't take y'all time for granted. As I always tell you, I'm just a nobody trying to bless somebody. To my brother Rob, the man who going through what he going through, I send prayers to you and your mom and to mom with the surgery. She gonna get through it, bro. We gonna be all right, and she gonna be just fine. To all these people that's been rocking with us, Missy Willer, Miss Selma Johnson, Miss Phyllis, Pharrell for the shout out this morning in the pulpit, to JR Boxer, who always in here rocking with us with the support, Miss Jennifer, and everybody that's been rocking with me for so long. I told y'all that this positive mind frame will take you a long way, Mr. And to be who you want to be, you just got to be yourself. To be who you want to be, you just got to be yourself. Don't try to be nobody else. Don't try to fake it. Just do what you called to do. I told y'all this year we gonna stand with principle, so we can stand on purpose, and then we can stand on business. I say that one more time for you. This year we gonna stand with principle, so we can stand on purpose, and then we can stand on business. And as I always tell y'all, if you send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Drake. That is my brother BWatts and my only Uncle Steve. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Good night, and we'll see y'all next Sunday.
All right, fellas, I appreciate y'all. All right, y'all, get that dance on. Yeah.
What was that?
This elbow causes most fumbles because as you get tired, it gets lower, and there's only one way to make sure this elbow never go up. You know how? Because physically it can't happen. If you put your thumb in your chest, that elbow will always be up. That quarterback's in here and you're going this way, that's going to keep you from getting quarterback. Those feet will never get tangled up. Outside zone, we step here. I don't want you to, some of y'all do this, some of y'all do that.
I ain't gonna lie, them balls, they be coming fast. And you gotta know how to catch that bad boy in that. Run through it. K-Salt zipping that thing. Yeah, told you. We threw a K-Salt a couple days ago. K-Salt throwing that thing. I'm telling y'all. He's throwing that thing for sure. So do it.
You catching the ball up here. You catch the ball up here. You gotta catch the ball here. You using this. It's impossible to look the ball in when you catch it that high. Watch. Yeah. When you catch it that high, you can't look it in. Yeah, you can't look it in. It's impossible.
Hey, listen to him, man. He's one of the greatest ever to do it. Like he ain't ever had no help. He ain't ever had no help.
True. I was not one of the greatest. I was the greatest. One of the greatest.
When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too. But eventually, good things grow out of that mud. All fame ain't all it's made up to be. Power and privilege and fame and wealth, hopefully you'll see, but it's not all, it's all made up to be. So yeah, you can pray that it rains on you, but you got to deal with the mud. You be looking up and look down and realize you're 7 feet deep in mud. It's thick. People don't like it. People don't like seeing you do well. We are in the world, but don't be of it. Don't rely on it for your happiness. Rely on the Almighty. Do not rely on this world for your happiness, because it'll tell you Tuesday that they love you and Wednesday that they hate you. They probably said that about your team. You know, it's not consistent.
Let's clap it up for him.
I think it's just a belief in knowing that anything you want to do in life, you can do if you put your heart to it. And this man kept his word, came to Jackson State, changed the temperature. Then he came to Colorado, did the same thing. He creates winners. He creates the passion to win. And without any further ado, what you've seen in games has been amazing, but you got to be able to practice. And he goes and plays wide receiver, and the cornerback has great coverage. You got to go talk him off the cliff. Tell him, dog, you good, bro. That was a perfect technique. That's just Travis. Then he gets on defense and does the same thing at DB to a wide receiver, and they thinking about they getting ready to go into the portal. Like, no, brother, you good. That's just Travis. So without any further ado, Travis Hunter, winner of the Paul Hunter Award.
First, I want to say thank you to everyone coming out here and celebrating with us tonight. And also, I want to say thanks to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and my family, my mother, my fiance, and, you know, my staff at Colorado. Without them, I would have never had this great season. You know, without AP, he helped me get through a lot during my career at Colorado. You know, from year one, a little banged up injury, and then year two, I had a little banged up shoulder, but he helped me out a lot. And, you know, Coach Hart, he's always been there. He's one of the coaching staff that I originally committed to at Jackson State. So I appreciate him coming up here and, you know, celebrating with me tonight. And for the kids out there that don't think, you know, you have enough power, enough athleticism to go out there and dominate, you do. Don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. Just go out there and ball and have the mindset to dominate. Thank y'all.
5 man. Get used to the drill setup, right? It used to be back 5 and then jump up. Slant and under. There it is. Take a nice 45. Good ball. Finish on three, 1, 2, 3.